What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back out of the game, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. And in today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how to fish in Summoner's War Chronicles. No, we're not. What we're going to be doing is taking a look at our Summoner's Pass. If you guys may or may not know, it reset today, and today we have available to you all CHANDRA, the Water Beast Monk. So in today's video, as always, we're going to be doing a monster review of the unit on the Summoner's Pass. We're going to decide if it's good or if it's food. Do we build this one or not? Do we just keep this one? Leave it by the wayside, or do we actually take the time to build this one? That's what we're going to be talking about in this particular video. So again, fam, before we get into that, as always, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you guys are interested in seeing more monster reviews or even want me to showcase this unit down the road, you all know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops. So let's go ahead and take a look at this unit, CHANDRA, the Water Beast Monk. Let's see what this unit has to offer. So first up here, basic attack. Yeah, nothing crazy. This one's based on attack, despite the fact that this is a knight and this is going to be a defense scaling unit. Second skill, or first active skill, Trick of Water. This one here is going to provide a little bit of an AoE, right? We got a crit rate down as well as a level 2 frostbite, which is kind of cool in a sense, and I'll get into that in a little bit here. This one here, again, AoE damage, dot, obviously Frostbite is kind of, typical for water-based units here. But the one thing that I do like to see on this one is that there's not an absurd amount of units out there providing the crit rate down. And I think people sometimes forget how focused we are when it comes to the reliability of our damage, of our DPS, and having that, capped out crit rate is crucial to having that consistent amount of high DPS we're bringing. So crit rate down, I think, is a buff that kind of gets looked by the wayside here, and I think it is one of those buffs that definitely adds into that level of mitigation that sometimes we're missing out on, that we're essentially looking for here, right? Next skill, Defend, at the cap here, level 7. It's going to be a 3 mana cost skill with an 18-second cooldown, providing a defend, essentially protection here for 20 seconds, that thereby takes 50% of the damage instead. And so also has an opportunity in this one to go ahead and use Defend 2 with a 35% chance. Of course, Defend 2 being able to rapidly head over to the unit, provide damage based on defense, and stun with a certain chance. And if it's already stunned, you're going to get even a little bit of bonus damage as well. So again, I'm going to break this down in my humble opinion. Again, for those that have followed me for quite some time, I am not a super endgame player. I'm just calling it like I see it. And this is one of those units right from the get-go. It excites me, but not too much. So let me explain. Obviously, this is a unit out there that's supposed to essentially provide quite a bit of protection, especially for people out there, or even summoners out there. They're using units that are a little bit weaker, right? We got the Soletas, we got the Orbeas here. Back in the day, Orbea, mesh really well with this one because of the fact that Orbea is fairly squishy. That's a unit that gets targeted when it comes to battlefield, when it comes to RTA, when it comes to regular arena. Like that's a unit that gets targeted way often than not, simply for the fact that if you guys are, if you're doing a regular arena, it's not a big deal. But if you're doing RTA, having the ability to basically take away the opponent's ability to control the units, right, is pretty crucial here. So buff at the end of the day, which I believe in this state of the meta, in my humble opinion, is not the greatest of things. I wish it was kind of like a passive per se or something like that, which of course I get it. Like you can't really make this one a passive, but it is a buff and it's super counterable, right? You can strip it. You will get, that defend, concept will still come in and, they'll be able to have the chance to get stunned, but it is still a buff at the end of the day. And if it gets stripped, you have to wait a full 20 seconds to be able to use this one, unless you are using it, right? Unless you are using it in the Soul Link spot. And to me, I'm thinking about so many units that I'm going to be incorporating in my lineup that I don't really believe that a Soul Link CHANDRA is going to be the best option. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there is a world where you could do it. But if it comes down to the point where I'm constantly switching back and forth between CHANDRA and somebody else to get this value from this defend to recast it here, it's going to be pretty unfortunate. But again, I'll play devil's advocate in that if you do incorporate it with your Soul Link here, this is a 3 mana cost ability, so you're going to be able to cast this one quite a bit, right? So there's pros and cons to this one, but right now I'm kind of leaning off to the side because, again, really cool concept. You got the protection, you got the chance to stun. It's not a guaranteed stun, but the stun is for a decent amount of second, and it is at a 70% rate here. I think though, me personally, and this is probably why I didn't build it right away. This is one of those units out there that I feel like there's other units out there that can provide that defend or provide that level of protection a little better. and I'm choosing to use them over here. Like me personally, I still have been messing around with the water beetle. I think it's a little a little outdated, but I do like the fact of a passive per se, versus like a, having to focus on a buff and just allow me to like do the other skills here. And again, I know I'm going back and forth, but the flip side of that, dealing with the Saurians in 2023, right? They were always dealing with that as well, so the passives get ignored quite a bit. But either way, on the front end, in the front end, I do like a passive over like a particular skill that I have to go back and forth and put it on here. But if you are one of those people out there that are coming in, late to the game and you have no other means of protection, can this one be useful? Yes, definitely. I feel like it can provide value to you, especially if you are a summoner that is a little bit on the squish side. You can provide yourself a little protection with its defend, and ultimately you can provide yourself another way of providing dots or debuffs to thereby not only mitigate the amount of damage that they're going to be bringing here with this crit rate down. Again, it is an AoE crit rate down, so you can probably get a lot of value out of, like I said, like a battlefield or something like that here. But for those random bosses that need some more debuffs and whatnot to land on there, if you don't have other units out there, like you weren't available for, I think it was King, that was a really good collab unit that we got for extra debuffs and whatnot. I think this is obviously gonna play into that and help out. Anything to, like I said, mitigate the damage that we're bringing. And I think that a lot of people they think about the attack break and just basic skills like that, but the crit rate down, the crit damage down, all those stuff come into play to reduce the overall damage you can do. So if you're one of those people out there that have no idea or do not use debuffs of this level here, then yeah, this is definitely going to be beneficial. You could find use for this. Like I said, if you're coming in early to the game, or if you're late to the game and you have no other means of protecting your summoners. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Just want to kind of give you guys a quick opinion on this one. And again, like I said before in the previous, regardless of what I think about this unit, and my take on it, let's just keep it brutally honest here. This is a $10 summoner pass you can obtain that provides you a wide variety of wards, to include a copy of this if you have not pulled one already. So if you're one of those people out there that do spend a little bit of money on these various games in there, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is worth it, Summoner's Pass, Arena's Pass are definitely passes are generally worth it. But if you're guys one of those people like that, like I'm limited on money, don't know if I want to spend it. Is this like a Juno, like a Desarn? Is this like a must-have unit that I need to like go out of my way to buy it? Then I would say no. But is it worth it for $10? Sure. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So that's going to be a fan. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish from ChildishPlays. Check it out. Take care, and we'll see you all in the next one. We're out.